Today I'm going to show you how I color grade an entire commercial video production project from start to finish. Let's get the footage imported. Let's see, it's right here, here, Command A, drag that in here, File, Project Settings. Now, if I'm moving too fast, just pause the video and go back, but it's important to see the speed that this can be done. So Rec 709 Gamma 2.4 is what most of the mobile phones and laptops are streaming in now. So it's important to consider where this is going. And in their case, it is going to hit laptops. It is going to hit cell phones. It's also going to be shown on a projector. So this will be perfectly fine for where it's going to be shown. All right, so now that we have our media, Command A, drag all that in there. They want the bloopers, so usually I kind of chop them out, but in this case, we're going to keep them. Okay, we're going to chop that one because that was a test. Okay, now we won't cover audio in this video, but what I like to do sometimes is to click on the audio and then click voice isolation and dialogue leveler. That will basically improve the heck out of your audio, but we're not going to do it in this case. All right, so let's just jump straight into color. I'm just going to color grade everything, and then I'll do all the sorting later on in Final Cut Pro. I'm doing that workflow specifically because it's faster. So, than DaVinci Resolve in some cases. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's just jump into this. Need to find my hero shot. All of these are going to be pretty different. Let's use this one. So that's nice and sharp, nice and clean. Get rid of these. All right, so clips. We're going to go Command A, add into new group. Name that whatever you want. Click on clip, group, post clip, right click. Going to add my new cascade LUTs. Let's see here. Those look pretty good. Let's see how this one looks. That might even work better for this project, honestly. The Petra. That's going to be a tough one. I just need to look at the other. This one's going to be tricky because I got all that green in the background. I'm going to get to that in a second. Let's see here. It's either going to be Atlas or Clips. We're going to do Eclipse instead. Let's go. And this is the owner of the company, so we want to make him look really good. So we'll spend more time on that one. Owner of the company looks really good. He likes what he sees. He pays you more money to do more videos. So keep that in mind. It's all about that return on investment, baby. All right. So now that we have everything converted, we can export and be done. Like straight up, be done with it. So if you want to stop here, you can stop the video, export your video, then you're done. And if you want to just stop here, honestly, I have a preset that I do this pretty quickly. This is what it looks like. Just screenshot that, export your settings, just add to render queue, and save it where you want to save it. Let's see here. Let's do picture lock. And then boom, and then render all, and you're done. If that's what you want to do it, and you're done. I do want to take this just a little bit further for them. Again, we want to make this quick. Now, you can use power grades if you haven't already. You can use power grades for this, and you can get away with a lot here. But I'm building this from the beginning. So first thing that I want to do, a small lift, bring this down. That's just going to soften up our image a tiny bit. And then honestly, I'm changing the output because I don't want it to affect my image too much. It's just a little bit. All right, next up, we are going to do. Now, the cool thing about my Cascade LUTs, it has a built-in highlight curve, so you don't have to go in and drop the highlights. It just does it for you. That's why I love these LUTs so much. It just gets my highlights looking perfect. And of course, you know, I am a stickler for those highlights. So the next thing that I'm going to do is just add a vignette around our subject. Boom, boom. Check this out. We want to invert that. Now what I'll do is just drop that down super fast just to see what it's affecting. Gotta make sure that I see it really nice and clear. And you know what? Just to do this even faster, I'm gonna add a vignette, the entire image, drop that back to where it was, and then see how that works. Looks pretty cool, right? Take those midtones and bring them down before and after. Now that draws focus to the image. That way you don't have to keep a vignette over everybody, because then you have to readjust it for every single shot. Next one, we're going to do editable splines. Turn that on, click the top button. This is just going to give us a little bit of pop in the highlights. Pretty crisp. Note here, we're going to go to glow. Drag that on. Let's do shine threshold. Change this to soft light. And then honestly, we're going to do that. That's going to help us just have an image that looks more like that commercial looking image. Drop our highlights down just a tad bit. Just a bit. Before and after, it went from the log image to the converted image right here, like you see, to this image that you see right here. So we're going to grab a still, and that saves right here. Then we're going to press Command A, right click, and apply grade. You will then see everything change in real time. So now we have to go back and just look at all of the shots. I can tell just by looking at this, I got to remove this green here. Everybody else looks pretty good, honestly. We're going to spend some more time on this dude, and then we got to fix the white balance here, and then we got to make something work here. All right, so that's the diagnosis. So we start from the beginning. If you see this, don't worry about it. That's just DaVinci Resolve trying to catch up to how fast you're moving. If you press play, you're good. Just give it a little bit of time. Go grab a drink or something, and you're good to go. It will pick back up. Don't worry. Just like that. Everyone looks cool here. She was not happy to be here. All right, so we have some very flat skin tones right here. So we got to fix that. So we're going to go here. We're going to reset. Actually, we're going to bring down our midtones because that's where our skin is at. Then we're going to bring back our highlights just for a second. And so before and after. Pretty cool. Looks nice. All right, now we are here. Again, we're trying to move through this super quick. So we need to get that gross looking color off of his head and out of the background. There's multiple ways to do that. Is to come into your curves, find see hue versus saturation. Click this little eyedropper here, pick the point where it's at, and then you see where it's at, and then boop, remove it all. That's one way to do it. And if you are moving fast, that's probably the safer way to do it. So beautiful. That's Brooke Marie, by the way. She's amazing. She is part owner of Blue Shark Vodka, and she works for this company. She's the one who hired me, the marketing director. Shout out, Brooke, if you're watching this video. You're my hero. We started here, so of course this is going to look fine. And then we get to the owner of the company. So we have two variations, one where he's sitting down. So this is where we want to get granular. So we want to pull up this instead of making it generic, just covering the entire screen. We're just going to pull up and put it over our guy. Since we're not moving, this will be perfectly fine. So what this does is dims the light around him, and that draws your focus to your subject. What you can also do is add generic synthetic bokeh. So reduce midtone detail and then add some blur. It actually blurs out the background, so it looks like you're shooting at an f1.2, but I usually shoot at a f2.8. This looks fine. We can soften out his skin. There's a lot of things we can do, but I want to show you one thing that I really enjoy doing. We're going to do that before a vignette. We're going to come into effects and we're going to type in face refinement, or you can scroll down to where it says face And then under face, just click on face refinement. And when you click analyze, it's going to put this little mask around their face and then start doing its thing. Now, depending on how long your clip is, will determine how long this process takes. So in this case, you don't want to do this for every clip or else you're going to be here all day. Usually when this happens, I play a game of chess. So let's go back here. Let's turn off the overlay. And I want to show you what this does. So we zoom in on the face. We do amount a little bit. Now, don't overdo this stuff, guys, because this is powerful stuff. Point 2, sharpen the eyeballs. Point 1, you see how powerful that is? We need to keep these things very subtle, or it's like beginner Lightroom all over again. And forehead. When you get older, of course, you get wrinkles on your forehead. Smooth it out. So before and after, just takes the sting off his skin, makes him look younger. You make someone look younger, they're going to be like, we need that guy for everything. All right, so we need some serious help with this one. First and foremost, we're moving this to just cover our chica and then pull in this color. Bring it down like that. And then we have this dude. We're going to need to grab the vignette specifically on this one. Just because we have a lot of light going on here, I want to add some kind of contrast. Copy that over here. That. Paste that. And let's play that guy back. Told him that he looks like the Brad Pitt of this company. He's a great guy. Oh, great guy. Okay, now just looking at all these, I like the way they look. So we're going to come back into our post clip. We're going to make one more node, and now we just need to sharpen 0.47. I don't ever go past that. And then 10. That generally gives me what I'm looking for. We're going to go to deliver, Cinema Pro. It's nothing fancy here. These are the settings I use. Again, I get a lot of backlash about this color space P3 DCI, but that's the color space tag that I select because that's what people are watching on their phones. So, you know, works for me. Change it if you don't like it. Render timeline effects or any of that audio stuff that you just did, it won't render. There it is. And then click render, and it's going to tell you how much time. So it's going to render all this in 5 minutes, 40 seconds for us. And we're done. I'm then going to take all this, send it to my editor. Well, actually, no, it's a low budget, so I'm editing this one. So I'm going to edit this one myself, then put it all together and send it to the client in Final Cut Pro. And that is how I color grade